Hello Leo, welcome to your reading for February. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. Alright, we're going to be doing a couple of rows for you today, which will represent sources of abundance, sources of love, and any silver linings. And I will turn the oracle cards over as and when I get to the rows. I will be pulling a few charms for you towards the end of the reading, so make sure you stick around for that. Alright, now if this reading resonates for you, Leo, drop me a comment or a like so I know I'm doing something right and it's really going to help my channel grow. Alrighty, let's see. Sources of abundance for Leo. Cancer had the exact same card in the exact same position. What are the odds? With the Tower, 5 of Pentacles, the Tower, the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, that's good to see. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles, the Devil. That's Capricorn energy, the Fool, the 3 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. I'm getting a false start of some kind, something that you thought would bring you some kind of stability. Didn't. Talk less, feel more, last quarter moon in Pisces. There could have been some kind of argumentative environment when it came to your workplace. It's possible that your collaborators or employees or whoever it is that you're working with, there was a combative nature to the whole situation. With talk less, feel more, that's what I'm getting here. Now, Mars is in Gemini, and that can make our speech a little cutting. With the 5 of Pentacles and the Tower, I almost feel like you knew this was coming. You knew the ending of something was coming. I'm strongly getting that you were a part of a project or a team or a group of individuals where you felt left out. You felt like your voice wasn't being heard. I'm getting power dynamics. There was a lot of politics right here. A lot of politics. And you're almost telling yourself that you're better off going about things by yourself, starting something by yourself. The 5 of Pentacles is the energy of feeling left out, okay? Feeling like you don't have enough. And almost looking in and seeing other people, almost like a comparison, you know? So you may be feeling like other people have it all together and you don't, you know? You're not where you wanted to be. So this almost feels like a Tower moment that you created for yourself, to detach yourself from this, because the King of Pentacles could be, well, your goal, right? To reach that apex, to be successful. The King of Pentacles is one of the best cards for money in the tarot. But then right under it, we have the Devil. So I'm also getting that whatever dynamic this was bringing out the worst in you, in terms of, you know how when there's too much competition, we become argumentative, we become combative, right? There isn't an easygoing energy and you can't really put your best foot forward because you're always trying to one-up someone else. Does that make sense? Alright, these cards stick together. Let's see what we have. We have the 3 of Cups, compassion and happiness. And I feel like that's what was missing from this dynamic with the people that you were working with. There was no friendly competition. It was just competition, plain and simple. You know, I'm getting that quote, there's no I in team. I feel like there was just I's everywhere. Nobody had anybody's back. And then we have the Page of Wands. I feel like you're setting your sights somewhere else, because we did have the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well. 6 of Wands, exactly. Advancement and recognition. And I feel like that's what was missing right here. There was no reward for merit. You weren't being recognized for what you were putting on the table. Fortitude, strength, vitality, and courage. And I feel like walking away from this has taken a whole lot of strength. Speculation and opportunity with the 7 of Cups. Normally the 7 of Cups is a card of confusion, but I'm almost getting like the world is your oyster. Once you remove yourself from this toxicity, it's like a whole new vista opens up for you, you know? with the 5 of Swords, and I feel like you're not even looking back, and then the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you are very unapologetically walking away from this. And you're not even fighting anymore. But talk less, feel more. I feel like you may have tried to get yourself to be seen or recognized or appreciated for what you were bringing to the table. But after seeing the dynamics, you're almost like, there's no point. It's not even worth it. And this doesn't necessarily have to be within a team, right? This could even be with clients. It could be like, you're talking to a particular client and you feel like you're hitting a wall, right? You're not getting anywhere, and no matter what you do, you can't satisfy this person. So you're just like, what, to hell with it. I'm done. I feel like you did everything that you possibly could. And the King of Pentacles is your goal, not the devil, right? They're both earth energies. One is Capricorn and the other one can represent, well, Taurus to an extent. But I feel like you want to get rid of any kind of tie. You may have felt bound to this situation, whether it was your moral compass doing the talking or it was just some kind of obligation. But I feel like you're breaking free with the Fool and setting your sights to newer ships where you can actually put your head down and work and not have to worry about politics. And there we go. When you do that, we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is absolute fulfillment. It's like winning the lottery. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting here. I feel like you're breaking free. You're breaking free from some kind of very toxic situation when it comes to your work life. All right, let's see now. Sources of love for Leo. Some of you may be even wanting to travel, and the Page of Wands does talk about inspiration and potential. So I'm almost feeling like you're trying something brand new, in terms of brand new for you, something you may have never thought of. Like, for example, you're part of a multinational corporation, all right, and that's what you've done all your life, and suddenly you realize you don't want to be a corporate slave and you want to become a baker. So it's something very different, something very fresh for you, where you can either just be your own boss or just be around people who, refine you, who help you put your best foot forward. All right, we have the Hermit, Virgo energy. You have a lot of earth showing up. I forgot to mention, with the 9 of Pentacles, this is independence, absolute financial independence. And right after that, dropped a few cards. Right after that, we had the 10 of Pentacles. And I always say the 9s in the tarot are, well, the apex. They are the benchmark for us. And once we get to the 9s, the 10th cup or the 10th pentacle is offered to us by the universe, because, well, it's a reward for a job well done. You will be better off doing whatever this is by yourself. All right, I'm not going to talk about that anymore. We did have Strength and the Knight of Pentacles showing up. Those are the cards that fell. But if they want to show up again, they will. Yep, they did want to show up. We have Strength. That is you, Leo energy. Interesting. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo or another Leo. And then we have the Page of Wands again. There's a lot of freshness here. And I said this to Cancer as well. If you can see that frog right there, you may have had to kiss a million frogs to find the right person, the right partner. But we will see. We have the 2 of Swords at the bottom with the King of Wands, the 9 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the 6 of Swords. Some kind of indecision here. And we have Deep Knowing, number 43, adds up to a 7. I feel, Leo, with the Hermit card, there's a bit of a timeout here. It's possible that there isn't any communication, but whatever time apart is being spent here, it's not being spent in vain. There's a whole lot of work that's happening below the surface. I'm almost getting Hanged Man energy from the Hermit right now. It's about, you know how when you're sitting in a fast car and there's that G-force, there's that pushback before you are propelled forward. That's what I'm getting. There's an initiation happening. There's a preparation that is happening. I don't know if this is your energy or it is somebody else's, but with the Strength card, there is a sense of holding back just a little bit before any effort can be initiated. We do have the 2 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, which is a whole lot of overthinking, not knowing exactly which direction to take, not knowing exactly what to say. But with the King of Wands, there's a whole lot of attraction here. There's a whole lot of passion here. Let's see. Strength again. You can't make this up. My goodness, you are showing up really strong in this reading, Leo. I feel like you're in your power, and how, and you know it. With deep knowing, I feel like there's almost this sense of, you know how I'm visualizing this massive boulder, this rock in the middle of the ocean, right? And it is so cemented in there, it's never going to move, no matter how choppy the water gets. You know, almost like King of Cups energy. No matter what happens around you, you know you have your back. You know you are strong enough to deal with whatever this is. I don't see any problems here. Okay, but I'm almost seeing you as your, well, greatest strength. Not having to rely on anybody else. The Two of Cups, respect and balance. And that's exactly what happens. Because what I just described to an extent can be Ace of Cups energy as well. Pouring that love and courage and strength into yourself. The Two of Cups is two Aces of Cups coming together. Two very full cups of love. And those full cups of love are not for the other person. They are for yourself. Right? So when two individuals who are whole within themselves, who love themselves, come together, they can love each other correctly because they're not trying to complete each other. Does that make sense? That's what I'm getting here. I feel like whoever it is that you are connecting with, they are highly attracted to you. You're very magnetic to them at this time, and they realize your power. They realize that you don't need them, right? You could want them, but you don't need them. And that is what is making you highly attractive at this time. And with this deep knowing, and with the Nine of Pentacles as well, this is leading in here. I feel like you're good. You're good either way, whether you're in this Two of Cups energy or not. You know, there is a sense of unconditional love for self that is coming about here. And that is what is bringing this person in. Now, I'm going to get a card for the Two of Swords because I honestly don't know why this is here. There is a bit of anxiety with the Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords. We have the Moon. That's really not telling me much. There are a few things that are well concealed because, again, with the Hermit card, like I said, that could be isolation. It is possible that you guys are in separation. Okay, it is possible that there's no communication at this time. But I always say this, even if there's no communication, doesn't mean there isn't stuff happening backstage. That doesn't mean that feelings have died. That doesn't mean that there's stuff brewing beneath the surface, right? I feel like there is something that is brewing. And maybe it's not time for you to know. Now, as a reader, whenever the Moon shows up as a clarifier especially, I'm not supposed to pry. Okay? I'm not supposed to know. And neither are you. All you can do is trust in that deep knowing because, again, the Moon card does talk about intuition, right? Trust in that intuition. Trust in that deep knowing. Trust in your own strength to handle whatever this is. And just get out of your head with the Nine of Swords. I feel like that is key because Ace of Pentacles, that's what is coming in for you. And you need to be sure of it. You need to be sure and understand that there is more here than meets the eye. Because when there is no communication, it can lead us to assuming and presuming. And those ifs, buts, and maybes can be our worst enemy. They can completely kill a relationship, right? So just focus on you. As and when this is ready to proceed, as and when divine timing comes in, it will proceed. Because it has a whole lot of potential. With the Two of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is slow. Pentacles is slow energy. It's earth energy, right? It's not the Ace of Wands that comes in very quickly and goes out as quickly. It comes in slow, but it's there to stay. So whatever this offer is that you are waiting for, it's going to be worth it. All right? Just stay out of your head. That's all I'm going to say. And you are in your power. Just hold on to that, Leo. Strength card showed up thrice, literally. But yeah, you are being admired. You are being admired for your fortitude, for your strength. I feel like you're someone's rock as well. You're someone's like safety blanket. All right, let's see. Silver linings. The Two of Pentacles. There's some kind of indecision, and I almost feel like it's creeping up on you. Just when you feel like, okay, I'm fine, I've made a decision, everything's great, suddenly your mind starts juggling. Then we have the Seven of Swords. Oh, we have two. We have the Queen of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles did show up. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. I feel like the silver lining right here, Wheel of Fortune at the bottom, the silver lining right here is that you have the power and the authority to walk away whenever you want to, from whatever situation, right? If something is feeling like it's too much of a struggle or too much of a juggle, something that is not satisfying you, something that is not fulfilling, something that doesn't let you sit at ease, you can walk away from it. No one is keeping you tied, okay? We don't have the devil here. We don't have any of that. With the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like the universe, yes, is of course helping you through your journey, because this is a universe card for me. But at the same time, I'm getting you create your own destiny. If something isn't sitting well with you, walk away from it, right? We have the King of Swords who makes a decision. And then we have the Ace of Cups with the Sun. There is happiness that wants to come in here, all right? But it's almost like if there are too many things on your plate, you can't really add more. You know what I mean? There was this manifestation coach I was listening to, and he said something to the lines of, to this woman who was waiting for a soulmate, he said, is there a place for a soulmate in your life? And she said, of course there is, I'm waiting for my soulmate. And he asked her a couple of questions. So he said, where do you park your car? In your garage. And she said, well, right in the middle. And he said, where do you sleep? And she said, in the middle of my bed. And he said, where are your clothes in your wardrobe? And she said, well, they're all over my wardrobe because it's full. He said, exactly, there's no place for a soulmate in your life. So she started parking her car to the left side of the garage. She started sleeping on one side of the bed, and she moved all her clothes to one side of the cupboard and left the other side empty because she was making room for a soulmate. That is when the soulmate showed up. So that's what I'm getting here. I feel like either whatever situation that you are a part of right now is holding you back from something bigger and better, or just holding on to these patterns and if, buts and maybes are preventing this person from actually coming about as your true manifestation, coming about as the best version of themselves, because you're still looking at them through that lens of, oh shit. You know what I mean? You need to make space. You need to let this wheel turn. There's something about surrender here. We have the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. I'm going to get a card for this. What are you crossing over to? We have the Eight of Wands, alignment and progress. There's some kind of movement here that needs to happen. I feel like I said, surrender is important because some of you may have been stagnating, Leo. The Two of Pentacles for me is a card of stagnation because you're constantly just juggling, right? Your mind needs to be at ease. If communication is going to bring you ease, do it. We have no planets in retrograde. There's forward movement for the next 3 months. Pick up the phone, send that text. Pick up the phone, make that call. Whatever it is that you need to do to get out of that Nine of Swords energy, right? Sometimes we sit in our ego and we wait for the other person to get in touch with us, right? But then again, who's the one suffering? You, right? If you need to have a conversation, if you need to get something off your chest, do it yourself. Because we can't change people. And the more we expect something from someone, the more we will be disappointed. Plain and simple. But with crossing the threshold, I almost feel like there is some kind of change that is happening, but you need to be the initiator of that change. And I feel like you will successfully be able to conduct this, whatever this is that you're planning to do, because you are aligned. You're aligned to your higher self. I see that very clearly in the center row. We have the Queen of Cups, authentic and virtuous. I feel that a Leo who operates from the heart is a very powerful Leo because you rule the 5th house, you rule the heart. Okay, and once you operate from that place is when your true self can shine. Sometimes we can start, especially fire signs, I'm an Aries rising, so I get this. We can start operating from more like a solar plexus chakra, right? We can start operating, like I said, from pride and ego. And that is very different from the Queen of Cups energy. The Queen of Cups is loving, is generous, is wholehearted, is virtuous and authentic, right? I feel like you need to realize that no matter what happens, you are protected. You see that bubble around her, and that protection you have created for yourself. I'm not asking you to wear your heart on your sleeve, because I have been talking about, I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. I have been talking about removing yourself from an equation, right? But if you remove yourself from that equation without addressing the concerns, you will not get closure. So this is about keeping your heart open, having that conversation that you need to, so you can finally see the change that you're wanting to see. Otherwise, you're going to be in limbo. We have the Seven of Pentacles, investment and diligence. I feel some of you may be regretting the amount of time, energy, love that you have invested in whatever this is for you. But I almost feel like this wasn't in vain, because the Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of Velvet waiting. It is somebody who's not in a rush. This is not the Queen of Wands, right? Or even the Queen of Swords. This is someone who's very patient and very wise. I feel like even if you haven't seen your investments bear fruit, again, in money or in love or whatever, doesn't mean that it's not going to come about. It doesn't mean that you won't have your harvest season. Okay? It's just going to take a little longer than you had anticipated. That's all I'm getting here. And with the Four of Cups, don't be disheartened. If you don't see that progress as quickly as you want to see it, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. All right? We have the Six of Wands, again, that victory, that success, and we have the World card, achievement and fulfillment. I'm not going to go any deeper. I feel like this victory, this success wants to come in for you. It will come in for you, Leo. But the most important message here is you need to stay authentic. You need to stay in your power. Okay, tone down the fire in your chart just a little bit and tune into the water. We have all the elements in our chart. Tune into water and the earth in your chart. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups are very patient, very graceful queens. They're in no rush. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's get you some charms to close this off. And again, with talk less, feel more. I feel like that is like integrating itself with everything in your spread. Venus has entered Pisces and it will stay there till the 20th, right? After that, it enters Aries when, well, love is going to turn into passion. But at least for now, while Venus is in Pisces, there's a whole lot of intuition. There's a whole lot of vulnerability. There's a whole lot of compassion. So be gentle, be kind with yourself, be kind with the people around you, no matter how angry you are, how frustrated you are. Every time you feel like you want to lash out at someone, count backwards from 10. All right? And hold on to your center. That boulder that I was talking about. Every time you're angry or upset or impatient, visualize yourself as that boulder in the middle of a choppy ocean. That will center you. All right, we have two J's, interesting. We have the letter D and we have I. So these could be your initials. They could be the initials of someone you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be. And then we have blessed. You are being protected. I did tell you that the universe is protecting you. You are being guided. That Wheel of Fortune has shown up for a reason. All right, everything will happen in divine timing. Just be patient. All right, Leo, that was it. I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one.